explanation for the absence. Number 4, the Constitution of Kenya under Article 195. A counter assembly or any of its committees has power to summon any person to appear before it for the purpose of giving evidence or providing information. 2, for the purpose of Clause 1, an assembly has the same powers as the High Court to A, enforce the attendance of witnesses and examining them on oath, affirmation, or otherwise. 6, powers and privileges, Count Assemblies Act 2017, Section 10. No proceedings or decision of a counter assembly or the Committee of Powers and Privileges acting in accordance with this act shall be questioned in any court. Section 15. Conduct of the following 12 honorable members. Number 1, Honorable Nyang'au Joel Ombogi. Number 2, Honorable Martha Marwa Kerubo. Number 3, Honorable Mosiere Lydia Nyaboke. Number 4, Honorable Nyanja Beatrice Kerubo. Honorable Mose Abel Mukaya. Honorable Obara Edina Mora. Honorable Onyanja Lamek Square. Honorable Gisesa Emmanuel Nyambega. Honorable Abere Elijah Sawi. Honorable Nyakani Jerea Kerubo. Honorable Nyakundi Generos Nafula. And Honorable Matulura Zipora Kerubo. Number 1, 2, notification to the honorable members to appear before the committee, Mr. Speaker, in compliance with Article 47 and 50 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 4 of Fair Administrative Action Act 2015 that provides 1, every person has the right to administrative action which is expeditious, efficient, lawful, reasonable, and procedurally fair. Number 2, every person has the right to be given written reasons for any administrative action that is taken against him. 3, where an administrative action is likely to adversely affect the rights or fundamental freedoms of any persons, the administrator shall give the person affected by the decision A, prior and adequate notice of the nature and reasons for the proposed administrative action. B, an opportunity to be heard and to make representations in that regard. C, notice of a right to a review or internal appeal against an administrative decision where applicable. D, a statement of reasons pursuant to Section 6. E, notice of the right to legal representation where applicable. F, notice of the right to cross-examine or where applicable. Or G, information, materials, and evidence. It made the following general observations. Number 1, contrary to Article 75 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, all the 12 honorable members demeaned the offices they hold by conducting themselves in a manner constituting a breach of privileges in clear violation of Section 16 of the Powers and Privileges Counter Assemblies Act 2017 by defying a resolution of the Counter Assembly that declared Bunge Mashinani illegal, referred to Annex 2. The following are the instances where the honorable members participated in Bunge Mashinani, thus demeaning the office they hold and in complete disregard of the Assembly resolutions. 1. There are videos where the members participated in Bunge Mashinani. There is Annex 3 and the details there. 2. These honorable members, by dint of participating in the Bunge Mashinani, have unlawfully and illegally approved. There's Annex number 4. A, the first Nyamira Count Supplementary Budget Estimates for the financial year 2024-2025. B, vetted and approved the Nyamira and the Koroka Municipality boards. C, purported to have approved the County Fiscal Strategy Paper 2025 and other illegalities. These activities have been termed as null and void by the Bomet High Court in a judgment of 4th June 2025. There is Annex B and Annex 5, 2025, KEHC 7765 KLR. 2. All the 12 honorable members have more than once missed 8 consecutive sittings in violation of Article 1941B of the Constitution of Kenya without permission in writing of the Speaker of the Assembly as per Annex 1A1 and per below table. There is a table there, Mr. Speaker, showing the honorable members, the sittings missed, and page 15 has the details, Mr. Speaker, of the names of the respective members of the County Assembly and the specific dates that have been enumerated and shown, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these are 3 sets of unattended 8 sittings by all the members on 25th to 27th February and 4th to 16th March 2025. The first set, 11th, 13th, 25th and 27th March 2025. The second set, and 1st and 3rd April, 13th and 29th May, and 3rd June 2025 as per Annex 6, Mr. Speaker. Page 16, Mr. Speaker. Submissions from the honorable members under investigation, Mr. Speaker. He was unable to give satisfactory explanation for his absence. However, from the record, he occasionally attended the sessions at the County Assembly. Honorable Visesa Nyambega is next. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Ngori initially purported to represent him. However, Honorable Nyambega confirmed to the committee that he had not given such instruction to the advocate. He took out and represented himself. He admitted missing 8 sittings, but alleged that he sought the permission of the Speaker on 4th December 2024 to miss the sittings of 5th and 10th December and delegated his voting rights to Honorable Nyangana, the power he exercised on 19th December 2024 during the elections of Honorable Thaddeus Nyabaro as the Speaker. The committee requested for documentary evidence to support his allegations. However, he failed to produce the same. He admitted hosting the illegal Bunge Mashinani sittings at the River Ward offices, despite being aware that the same ought to have been deliberated, approved and gazetted by the County Assembly. He alleged that it was beyond his capacity to deny access to the premises, to deny access. He alleged that it was beyond his capacity to deny access to the premises. He vehemently submitted that he was not the chief architect of the illegal Bunge Mashinani. As a lawyer, he was fully aware of the legal requirements for Bunge Mashinani to be conducted. Further, he was aware that Honorable K was impeached and his impeachment was never set aside. He accepted participating in the Bunge Mashinani, including passing the supplementary budget at Manga Ward, despite knowing that the Bunge Mashinani was illegal. As a lawyer and as a leader, he was aware of the provisions of the law on absence and the consequences of such absence. Mr. Speaker, as a leader of the UPA party, he acknowledged championing the interests of the governor, who is a member of the UPA party. He even alluded that he advised the executive to withdraw the appeal filed on the supplementary budget. He also stated that he had given instruction to an advocate to withdraw his statements from Petition 10 of 2025. His closing remarks focus on his personal interests as he sought the lenience of the committee on the basis that he's young, with political ambitions, and trying to make a living from politics. Comment observations from the submissions. As a lawyer, he ought to have guided the members who abandoned their official duties at the counter assembly for an illegal Bunge Mashinani, which he participated in as a result of misleading others. 2. As a state officer entrusted a public office, he failed to be accountable for his actions of hosting proceedings of the illegal Bunge Mashinani. 3. As a UPA party leader, he ought to have used his influence as a conveyor belt to bring peace and harmony between the two arms of the government, but also to be the architect of the disputes between the executive and the assembly. 5. He prioritized his political interests over his official duties and conducted himself in a manner that caused a conflict between his personal interests and official duties. 6. He failed to tender documented evidence of his permission for absence from the sittings. 7. The term of office runs from 2022 to 2027. A similar oath was never administered at Bunge Mashinani, hence their workplace never changed to the various venues where they attended while abandoning their duty to sit at the council assembly of Nyaribo. Number 2. That the 12 members are state officers expected to be aware of the legal provisions of the law and expected to uphold the Constitution and all other relevant laws. As state officers, they all preach Chapter 6 of the Constitution and the Leadership and Integrity Act. 3. That the members were aware that for a counter assembly to conduct the Bunge Mashinani, the same must originate from a motion which is approved by the counter assembly and gazetted. However, they opted to abandon the counter assembly sittings for a Bunge Mashinani that never followed the due process before being gazetted by an impeached speaker, whose impeachment had not been set aside by a competent court of law. 4. That the members were fully aware of the provisions of the law on attendance of counter-assembly sittings, the requirement for a written permission from the Speaker for absence and the consequences for absence without permission as provided for in Article 75(2)(b) and 1941(c), the Constitution of Kenya, Section 17(c) of the Counter-Assemblies Powers and Privileges Act. In their submission, none had a written approval from the Speaker. 5. That the 12 members alluded they were confused because Okero had conservatory orders. However, none supplied the committee with any court order that conserved the position of the former Speaker. The issues that were determined by the court never included permission to be absent from the sittings of the counter assembly. The duty to attend the sittings of the counter assembly is unconditional. It does not depend on who is the Speaker. 6. That the members willfully abandoned their duty to sit at the counter assembly of Nyaribo, even after the Senate had given an advisory that they resume duty at the counter assembly of Nyaribo, and the others, even after the judgment rendered on 4th June 2025, had not reported back to work. 7. That the members' actions amounted to a breach of their privileges and a serious violation of the Constitution of Kenya, Article 70.
And Privileges Act 2017 will take effect on 1 Honorable Onyanja Lamek Square, that he shall be suspended from the counter assembly sittings for 16 sittings. Honorable members, the effects of Article 1941(p) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 will take force on the following. The Honorable Nyaribo Okera Ward, Honorable Mama Kerubo, Special Elect, Honorable Musiere Lydia Naboke, Special Elect, the Honorable Onyanja Pixis Kerubo, Special Elect, Honorable Cesar Emmanuel Nyambega, Legal Award, Honorable Abere Erita Sawe, Special Elect, the Honorable Nyakang Chelia, the Special Elect, the Honorable Pedros Lafula, Special Elect, the Honorable Matundura Spora Kerubo, and the Honorable Ovara Edina Mora, Special Elect. Honorable members, I request that the office of the clerk to do the necessary and advise accordingly and interpret the law for the other honorable members. Honorable members, and I direct that the office of the clerk and the office of the sergeant at arms to ensure the necessary arrangements are made to ensure that the honorable members are given the necessary assistance. Next order.